Hello, I'm Paul Brown. I'm the owner of Paul Brown Coaching and the Underdog programme. You can click if you have any interest, find out more information on either of those. What I want to talk about today is if you have a goal or an aim or a dream, you don't need anyone else's permission if you truly believe in what you're doing. And what I mean by that is, I know there's a popular phrase on social media apparently, all the fucks I don't give, and people saying that, which is kind of true but a bit misleading as well, I think. I think if you have a goal and people are deterring you from it, they're saying you can't do that, you can't, don't waste your time with that, don't waste your time with that. They're not always necessarily coming from a bad place. I think one is people don't want you to, they don't want you to miss out, they don't want to be upset, they don't want you to fail. Not that they're intentionally thinking you'll fail at that as in not having belief in you, they just maybe think the goal that you're aiming for is a bit out of your grasp or out of their grasp or unrealistic, but you know yourself what your capabilities are, what the possibilities are in your chosen goal. And if you truly believe within yourself that it's within you to do that, then you have to turn a blind eye, switch the ears off for a bit to the outside noise, if you like, because it can deter you. But only you know what you can do. Only you truly know what's in there and what's in here and what you're actually capable of doing or what you're actually capable of achieving when you fully commit to it and you actually go for it. And it's not easy, it's that, again, back to that phrase that people use, you have to, in a sense, not give a fuck what people think. And that, again, that's not in a nasty way, that's just, that's their opinion, they're entitled to it, you don't believe in it. But what you have to be careful is if you keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, you start to believe it as well. And what could start with a good idea, you have loads of confidence and you're ready to go and you're up for it, and you hear enough voices telling you it's unrealistic or you can't do it, you start to believe it as well, and you start to go in that same way. It only takes that little bit of a dent in your journey to knock you sideways, knock you off a bit, and that can lead to you giving up and saying, I'm no, alright, that doesn't work, that's just a daft idea, and it's left dead in the water. 6 months, a year, 2 years later, you look on social media somewhere and someone's had that same idea that you had and they've done really well from it, and you're kicking yourself saying, that's what I was going to do and I didn't do it, and the reason you didn't do it was to an extent other people, but it was more you listening to other people and taking their word for it that it wasn't your right route to go, your correct path to choose, and it wasn't going to work for you, So you have to an extent, not necessarily upset other people, but you have to be willing to say, I appreciate your opinion, but I know what I can do, or flip and do it in the quiet, just do away, plod away with what you're doing in your own time. You don't have to tell everybody what your goal is, you don't have to tell what your dream is, you just keep working at it, and when it works, it's not necessarily sticking fingers up to them, it's just saying, I appreciate your opinion, but I knew this was capable, I knew this was possible, I knew I could do this. And I wasn't going to let anything stop me, because at the end of the day, it's my life, it's my choice. That's not being selfish. The things that benefit you benefit others as well. If things put you in a happier place, if you make you more successful, that benefits everyone around about you as well, because you're a happier person. Depending on what your chosen goal is, you're a happier person, maybe a fitter person, maybe a wealthier person, depending on what it is you're choosing to do. And as I say, people don't want to stop you, they don't want to hinder you, they don't just think it's stupid or you're not capable, they just don't want you to get hurt generally. I mean, don't get me wrong, some are assholes just because they can't, they think you can. But I think the bulk of people, when it's friends and family or people close to you, they're trying to deter you away from your goal and your dream, is meant in a positive way, and they're trying to protect you, they're trying to take care of you, and maybe slightly worried they're losing you, depending on what it is. And you have to make the choice yourself whether you're going to pursue that and you're going to keep going no matter what, but you have to be willing to switch that off. The outside noise will just destroy your chances, and you have to be willing to push past it and say, I appreciate what you're saying, I'm still doing it. I get what you're saying, I'm still doing it. That didn't work that time, that was the first crack of the whip, I'm still doing it, and pushing and pushing and pushing. And then at least the worst case scenario, if it does fail, you've tried and you know, and it won't play with your brain for the rest of your life. Keep going.